Good morning. It's your old pal Big Al, and I'm here to answer a question I got recently after talking to a friend of mine. Hi, Jimmy. And it's one that I haven't gotten for the first time. It's just that I haven't gotten around to making a video about it, and I keep kicking myself about it. So, okay, here we are. How do I optimize my GBP? Well, let's bang this out. This is another one that I think is gate-kept, but is shockingly easy when we get down to it. Now, unlike some of my fellow educationalists, I'm actually going to skip the part where we open up the profile. I'm going to assume that you already have the capacity to go ahead and tell Google, hey, I want to sign up for a profile and have them verify you. Now, this is going to come in one of a couple of ways. You may have to do the postcard thing in the worst case scenario. It may be as easy as simply getting a text message to your phone. Results may vary, and that's the one step that I can't really help out with and have difficulty accounting for, so I'm going to totally forego that this time. If you need any help with it, I'm definitely available to help you out anytime. You could book free over at Optilineage, and we'll go over it step by step. So, all right, let's say for the sake of argument now they've let us in. Some of this may seem like duh or redundance, but we're just making sure to cover all the bases. So obviously we want to make sure our name is going to match up within all of our citations, directories, social profiles, so on. Make sure that we place this and we don't go changing it around every 30 days. Your name by itself is a trust factor. There are people who will stick in their keywords into their name. So in my case, somebody may also go with Optilineage digital marketing. And that's totally an acceptable strategy, and it's totally logical. It totally makes sense. In my case, we're simply by choice not going for that, partly because we've already established ourselves with this name. Whatever it is, make sure you make a good selection once and then don't go back trying to mess with it over and over and over. And so within our profile, for us, the primary category is going to be marketing agency. There is no digital marketing agency differentiation here, with the secondary category of consultant. Because again, they don't specify consultancy here within the realms that I offer it. So like, we're not a health consultant, image consultant, so on and so forth. We are arguably a media consultant, but overall we are a general consultant for a number of things. So this is what we're going with. And again, with things like this, people tend to overthink it and get stuck for needless amounts of time. I want to be your friend and tell you, you don't have to. Speaking of not overthinking it, on to the description. To make this super simple and blunt for you, consider this to be what the AI is primarily reading when they want to give you a citation. What do you want the AI to basically say that you are and are about? Right here is the place for you to write it for them. And so, and again, in my case, Optilineage is a specialized SEO and marketing consultancy providing result-driven digital growth strategies for local service businesses in Hazleton, Berwick, Luzerne County, across Northeast Pennsylvania, and beyond. And blah, blah, blah. Basically, we're just listing out our areas and our services and why we're the best. Answer all the questions for Google. This is nice, clean, and legible. They'll be happy to serve this. Moving on, our opening date. While we can't actually manipulate this information, we only opened once and it factually happens on the day that it happens, period. I do want to take the time to advise you that your opening date matters, age matters. As far as age goes with Google, age has always been a highly considerable factor. And so this is naturally to say, if you've been open longer, you stand a better chance. I'm not saying anything to anybody who might artificially change their opening date. I'm just letting you know, age is a factor. Most of the rest of this is somewhat semantic. Phone number is your phone number. Your chat function is wherever your chat function is, if you have one. Your website is your website. Your social profiles, plug in all your social profiles. So you'll see here, I've plugged into Optilineage Facebook, the business page on LinkedIn, as well as the YouTube where we provide all of our education. Business location, a lot of guys argue over whether or not service area works, whether or not showing a physical address matters. I'm here to close the book on that case. Yes, it matters. You need to show a physical address. If you don't believe me, look up any local service that you like in any area that you like. Go ahead and look at the guys who are winning. Heck, top 5, top 10. And you tell me, how many of those guys are service area businesses who aren't showing an address? I'm just saying. And once again, being willing to identify quintessentially is a trust factor for Google. By showing Google exactly who, what, when, where, and why we are, and doing all that we can within the realms of reason to prove that we are a legitimate and thriving business, these are all green lights for them. And if the goal for us is to impress them, yeah, we need to turn on all the green lights. Service area, I've seen a lot of guys do a lot of crazy stuff with this. I would say actually use your real primary local area. If you are similar to me where you offer perhaps international service, I would really express you don't have to go crazy with this. You are never, ever, ever going to rank with your Google My Business all the way over in another country. If you're up with the trends on how Maps works, you're already aware that locality, proximity, these are your major factors when we're talking about what's getting rewarded and why. So again, service area, don't think too much. 10, 15 miles is great. As far as the business hours go, this is another actual factor that makes a difference between you being shown or not. In the case that you're closed, Google will actually prefer to show somebody who's open. And so in many cases with my clients, I suggest that we actually show 24-hour availability. This may not be perfectly applicable for you. Results may vary. However, I just want to make you aware of this information. Availability is also a factor. Special hours, not so much a factor, unless we're considering trust to be a major one. And in this case, adding our special hours in here does help build that trust. But overall, adding or not adding special hours doesn't make a massive impact on the profile. You'll see as they're offering me suggestions, you'll find that there are some places that might care more about this. Specifically, we find this within the hospitality industry. So guys like your bars and kitchens, you may have happy hours or specials. These will be your opportunities to basically inform Google, okay, these are my hot times. We can also choose to identify as any particular demographic if we wanted to do so. Again, not a huge one for ranking, it's simply a trust factor. If you don't apply, you don't apply. I won't waste a bunch more time talking the rest of this to death. It's mostly semantics. It's all if it applies, go ahead and fill in the blanks. Stuff like, do we have a gender-neutral bathroom? Are we BLT friendly? So on and so forth. What kind of parking do we have, right? Is it free? Do you got to pay for it? Again, these are just trust factors for the most part, things that are best for the end user. They're not majorly impactful on the ranking, but it can help you actually translate that click, as well as providing Google further reasons to trust you. And so coming on over to the services screen, this is another place where a lot of guys go crazy, and it's another reason that I told you don't go crazy on your categories list, because now we have to distribute our services and justify that we're a dominant entity in all of these primary categories. So be careful. In my case, we kept it super simple. So we've listed out all of our actual services here, and we have gone ahead and put them in the appropriate places. In the case of this example, I actually almost definitely could have gone ahead and thrown the consultation in with marketing agency. I just wanted to go ahead and try to be clear for them here, but it really, really is not going to make a drastic difference. As long as we are identifying who, what, when, where, why as closely and reliably as possible, Google can kind of help figure out how to connect the dots. If we don't tell them anything at all, then how are they going to know though? Just for the guys out there who overthink this sort of stuff. And just to give you a quick example of how we do the description, they only give you 300 characters, so you can't really make a book in the first place. We want to get straight to the point, consider that the AI might read this. So what is our service about? Optilineage's SEO management service delivers complete peace of mind through fully managed website administration paired with elite done-for-you search engine optimization. Bing, bang, boom. I often suggest to my clients, you do not need to show a number. Not only is this bad in sales practice in the regard that you'll probably turn people off by showing them the number too fast, but also this might be confusing for Google because Google does offer digital products, and we don't, in many cases, actually have a way for them to pay whatever this number is with a button here on the profile. And now finally, these services should match up with our products. Now, I also haven't set up products in here yet. A lot of this video is actually doing stuff that I've meant to get to. I just haven't had time for housekeeping. And so now real quick for the sake of example, since I need to do this anyway, I've gone ahead and started setting up the first of our products. All your products, surprise, are going to match your services. Like exactly. This is also a trust factor. Match it. So similar to our services, SEO management, this is an SEO service. Our product description is the same as it is in the service description. And our landing page plug in here if you have one, or whatever your services page is, run them wherever you want to run them on your website if they click on it. Easy enough. We do that for all of the services that we offer. And then if you're locally based, we want to go ahead and try to do this for each of our service plus location pages. And so if I was offering pool cleaning in city A, city B, and city C, I would have product pool cleaning city A, product, pool cleaning city B, product, pool cleaning city C, so on and so forth. All of our services, all of our locations, up to whatever the limit is. I will take one last second to point out the reason this bad boy right here doesn't show up green, because a lot of guys freak out over this for some reason. It's because I haven't added a storefront photo, just so that we're very clear. You do not, in many cases, actually have to do this. This is just Google giving you recommendations. As long as you followed this guide relatively closely, you should have already filled in all of the blanks that Google needs to trust and show you. After this is where the hard part really gets started. Now is the part where we need to figure out how are we going to build our reviews, get people within those reviews to mention our services and locations, and otherwise drive interaction to the profile. These are also things I can help you out with, but that's a separate conversation. If you have any questions about Google My Business, how to get it to rank, how do I optimize my profile, or anything in the realm of SEO, I got you covered. Come on over to optilineage.com and see me anytime. Hope this guide helped you out. My name's Alex Palmer, and I'll see you soon.